With Sam's Club, you have the freedom to shop your own way. Curbside pickup? Delivered to your doorstep? Come in and grab it yourself? Yes, yes, yes. They've got plenty of options. Your call. Say yes to shopping the way you want. Join now at samsclub.com/yes and. You must be 18 years or older to purchase a membership, and membership is subject to qualifications. Visit samsclub.com/yes and for details.
It's time to throw your lash curler away. Seriously, Lancome's new Curl Goddess Mascara keeps your lashes curled and volumized, from the pre-game to the after party. This fast-setting curl and volume mascara gives you up to 30 hours of wear with no way down. You know what? Curls really do have more fun. Shop Lancome Curl Goddess Mascara now on Amazon.
Now streaming. Disney Plus invites you to go behind the scenes with Taylor Swift in an exclusive 6-episode docuseries.
I wanted to give something to the fans that they didn't expect. The only thing left is to close the book.
The end of an era. And don't miss Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour, the final show, featuring for the first time the Tortured Poets Department. Now streaming, only on Disney Plus.
Live, Laugh, Larceny discusses true petty crimes that may be disturbing to some.
Or could be easy listening to all you psychopaths out there.
All stories are based on actual events, but details may vary.
Listener discretion is not advised.
Live,
Laugh,
Larceny. Welcome to Live, Laugh, Larceny. Sleeping with the enemy because it's last call, and you both like your eggs the same way. This is Trevin.
And I'm Amanda. Trevin, how do you like your eggs?
Scrambled and with cheese and jalapenos.
Ooh, I love me some cheese and scrambled eggs. I can't do jalapenos. If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little bit of an allergy to that, but
It's okay.
It's fine.
You're spicy in other ways.
Thank you. So, Trevin, what is your dreadful dilemma this week?
My dreadful dilemma this week has to do with one of my fur babies. And I know everybody loves animal stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to throw it back to my OG boy, Boots, today.
Okay. He was the first cat, the first pet in general, out of all your pets. So, yeah, he is the OG.
He's a character. I mean, he's the greeting committee at my house, the first person who's going to say hi to anybody. He never met a stranger in his life.
Yeah.
He has some petty things that he does. I can't remember at this point what I've shared and what I haven't, so forgive me if I repeat myself. I hate doing it, but I might.
Yeah. It's easy to do after all these years. My God.
Yeah. Boots has this thing ever since we first got together 10 years ago.
This is a love story. I love it.
We really do sleep and cuddle every night together.
Aww.
It used to be that I would sit in sort of a figure four with my legs, where kind of like one leg's bent, and then he would sit kind of in my crotchular leg region while I would lay down.
Crotchular. That's a new one for me. Okay.
But lately, over the last, probably ever since me and Emily have met, he lays in my arm in a little ball like this.
Aww.
And it's either on my back or I'm on my shoulders. I'm usually just like cuddling him in a sweet little way. Now, here's the problem.
I was going to say, where does the dilemma come into play? Because this sounds so cute.
It's very cute, but he has this thing, and I don't know why he fucking does it. It's like he's bored or something. He slowly will just put his paw on your face, and then he'll just hold it there. I can ignore that. The problem is, once you ignore it for too long, then he starts to just bring his claws out slowly.
Oh,
and if you still don't say anything, he will full on make a fist of claws into your face skin.
Is he doing it because you're like maybe doing one of those sleep things where your mouth is kind of like or something like that that's like triggering him, or he just does it?
He just does it. It's so annoying. I will pinch his little hand. I'll give him a little pinch to see if it'll make him stop, or I'll flick his hand. And also, he doesn't like the blanket. He wants to be skin on skin, laying with me.
Skin contact? Like a newborn baby?
Like a newborn baby.
Boots.
If there is a blanket there, he will stand with his claws and just go like this. If I had just a sheet on, he's just going straight into my arm the whole time, like my arm skin. And he's got big claws. He's shrunk, But from the size he used to be, he still has just big claws.
Yeah, he's a big cat. You have like a miniature mountain lion, like pawing at your face every night.
It's not just love, and that's the thing that's annoying.
Yeah.
And I also got a cervical pillow recently. It's just made to kind of make it to where you don't lay and stress that jaw muscle out since that one issue.
Yeah.
And Boots loves it, and now he wants to sit in the crevice of it. My body also has this way of sleeping, like subconsciously, I'm very polite. If I can feel somebody's in the bed next to me, I will never roll into them. I will contort my body in whatever way possible to make sure that person sleeps well.
You are a better person than me. In my sleep, I am like doing the most. I'm uncontrollable. I am wild in my sleep.
I wish I was more wild. Like in this way, definitely. But I'll wake up sometimes where my head, I'm like this because I'm like giving Boots room up here, and I'll have like a weird neck all day.
Boots!
So lately my sleep has been bad because either it's the neck thing or recently he just won't quit doing the claw in my face thing.
Maybe you need to get him his own circular pillow thing.
Emily said the same thing. I think they were like $30, but...
I mean, shoot. It might be worth it to get some good sleep. I don't know.
The thing is, during our relationship, Boots and I have had a lot of these situations where it feels like my ADHD sees it as a problem to solve, and I'm like, let's fix this shit.
Yeah.
And then we're fighting each other like a brain game. Mm-hmm. And then once I finally figure it out, he's like, oh, I don't care, and I'm actually never going to do that again. I'm not interested.
He has beat you at your own game.
Multiple times, and that's why I'm trying not to play this time.
I get you.
But what do you do?
I don't know. He sounds very determined. Well, that is dreadful. I get it now.
It is.
I love him, but come on, Boots.
Yeah, full of love, but full of mischief.
Wow. I also have a dreadful dilemma. I've only ever mentioned this a couple times, but I'm now working part-time at a jewelry store up in Kansas City. I love it. It's actually a really fun job for me and really good for me, but...
Has it been 2 full years yet, or is it just like a year and a half?
It has only been not even a full year yet.
What?
Come April, the end of April, I guess, we're already in it. But come the end of April, it's my 1 year anniversary of working there. So
wow,
it feels like I've been there a while.
It does, yeah, definitely. But congrats on your year coming up.
Thank you.
For juggling it all.
Just another thing to juggle, which kind of comes into play for my dilemma part of it. So, of course, being at a jewelry store, we need security. So we have some, honestly, I really love the police officers that work there. Mm-hmm. I've had a few days where they've asked me to help with the door greeting, even though I'm in the marketing department. Everyone just helps each other out throughout, every department.
A good greeting is good marketing too.
No, literally. And you know me, I'm full of spunk no matter what I do. So I'm always just like, hello. I was kind of built for it, but I've gotten to work with the police officers because one of them usually stands up front. One of them's usually outside in the parking lot, just making sure everything's going well. Mm-hmm. No one's acting too crazy. The dreadful part of this is that your girl has been a petty criminal for quite some months now.
You're stealing from your job?
No. Don't arrest me for that, everyone. No. Has nothing to do. I'm a great employee. 10 out of 10,
okay.
Trevin.
My bad.
I've been a petty criminal because I am the worst adult and I always forget to get my tags renewed.
Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So for months, the officers have been on me. Every time they see me pull into that parking lot, they've been like, girl, when are you getting your tags? When are you getting your tags? When are you getting your motherfucking tags? And I'm proud to tell you all, I finally did it.
Oh, good.
And the dreadful and stupid part of it is that I was so dreading it because not only did I need to get new tags, I needed to get a new driver's license. I still hadn't gotten a new one since we moved almost a year ago. I was just dreading it. I don't like to do shit like this. I don't want to go to the DMV. And the ironic and really dumb part of it all is that I went to my local DMV, who I've never been to this one before, and it was the easiest, quickest, stress-free time I've ever had in a DMV.
I know which DMV you're talking about, and that's the same one when I told you I didn't have the paperwork and I went with no line and walked directly up.
That
That's
is
the same one.
exactly what it was. I walked right in. Everyone had fuzzy kitten ears on their laptops. All the workers had like purple hair and long, cool nails. And I brought every important document I could ever think to bring.
Mm-hmm.
I brought it. And they didn't even need half the shit. They were just like, yeah, girl, we got you. Got me in and out. It was the easiest thing ever. And I put it off for so many months. And I feel really dumb. But I got the 2-year plates. So it looks like I only have 3 more years to go. Just kidding.
Hell yeah, girl. Well, I'm glad that your coworker people didn't have to arrest you over the whole thing.
I kept telling them, I was like, guys, don't arrest me. I'm a good Samaritan. I just don't want to go to the DMV.
Yeah. I mean, I have had, long run-ins there as well, but the upgrade when I went back took me hours.
Oh, shit.
But I have it, so now I was able to buy my ticket, and I'm flying to you, Vegas.
There you go. Well, Trevin.
Yes.
We are going to be exchanging some killer facts this week. What you got for me?
Chronic migraine is 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more.
Botox, onabotulinum toxin A, prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they start. It's not for those with 14 or fewer headache days a month. It prevents on average 8 to 9 headache days a month versus 6 to 7 for placebo.
Prescription Botox is injected by your doctor. Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, including ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Why wait? Ask your doctor, visit BotoxChronicMigraine.com, or call 1-800-44-BOTOX to learn more.
Hey, Mama. Thanks for making all my favorite recipes.
Hi, Ma. Thanks for your unfiltered advice.
Hi, Mom. Thanks for always being by the phone.
Hey, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.
When you ship UPS Air at the UPS Store, your items arrive on time or your money back. Guaranteed at no extra cost. Exclusively at the UPS Store U.S. retail locations. Visit the upsstore.com/airshipping for full details. Terms and conditions apply. Send your Mother's Day gifts at the UPS Store and we'll get your gratitude there on time.
ID Tech is more than just the original and most trusted tech camp for kids ages 7 to 17. ID Tech is where kids find their people. The engineering and creating people. The fire-breathing, shell-spinning BattleBots people. The just as happy building games as they are playing them people. ID Tech offers over 50 epic courses, like Camp Crunch Labs IRL, BattleBots with Take-Home Bots, and more at 75 college campuses across the country. Visit idtech.com and use code IDTech to save $150 on a week that's guaranteed to be the highlight of your kid's summer.
Hello? We've traced the facts. They're coming from inside the house.
So I was doing a little bit of research about the world that we humans made for ourselves. I was thinking about different technology things, and we love a good scam story.
We do, unless it's happening to us.
Unless it's happening to us.
Then we hate it.
It seems like it's just becoming one of those things where we've all had it happen to us. Just depends on how bad you've had it, on whether or not you can joke about it or not,
Absolutely.
But I think we've all got at least once. And I came across this article by The Guardian. It's by an author named Singda Poonam. I hope I pronounced that right.
That's a tough one.
And it's about Jamtara, which is a district in India. And this place is all about scamming.
Wait, Jakarta?
Jamtara?
I've listened to so many podcasts where there's a place called Jakarta, and maybe it's totally different than the one you're doing, but it's like scammer fucking city.
This place is a wild scamming place. So maybe this is the place you've heard of.
Okay.
But the article is called Scamming Became the New Farming Inside India's Cybercrime Villages. This place, a district in India called Jamtara, and I just looked up how to say it.
Okay.
It became so associated with scams that people didn't just say anything about scams. They actually used the name Jamtara as a verb. They were like, oh, they got Jamtara'd.
Oh, damn. That's how you know it's bad.
One of the quote here is, "You lived in fear of being Jamtara'd." Over 15-ish years, parts of this rural district became unexpectedly wealthy. Not from industry, not from agriculture, but from phone scams. Young men with just mobile phones were draining bank accounts, running operations comparable to organized crimes. Scam calls became so wide that nearly everyone in India experienced them.
Wow.
Traditional jobs like farming and labor were abandoned, and scamming actually became the economic thing. People who were running farms would be like, shit, I just sold the farm and got myself a mobile phone.
Oh my God.
One person was quoted saying, "The fathers try a different crop every season, the sons a different con." Dramatic.
Wow.
I love it though.
But what's going to happen when they start making all this money and then no one's farming over there? Yeah, you got money to buy the groceries. Where are they coming from?
I guess that's just the capitalism problem. They find people who have way less money than them and force them to farm for less pay.
Awful.
Because they don't hold the power.
Awful.
The weird thing is too, because this was something that they all did, and it was such an almost like a career path, really.
Yeah.
Because it was this way, they didn't call them thieves or anything. It wasn't like, oh, this guy's a real rat bastard. I don't even know. Maybe they had little 2-year programs like Become a Good Scammer School or something. I mean, it almost seems that way, the way they explain it.
No, totally.
They don't even call it scamming. They call it cyber. They just call it cybering. And like, oh, I work in cyber. They don't even call it scamming or anything like that. We don't trick people. We just cyber.
Wow.
It's treated as a skill, career path. People even try to get famous people or really wealthy people almost in the same way as like Wolf of Wall Street says like, we're going to get a big whale, talking about getting an investor. These people as a sport would just be like, oh yeah, I got Bill Murray or something, not like that.
Bill
but
Murray.
India's Bill Murray, I guess. So early in the 2010s, mobile phones spread rapidly in rural areas, and a man named Sitaram Mandal, probably said his name wrong, learned scam tactics while working at a mobile recharge shop. This was a quote from him. "You did not have to break into the victim's account. They gave you access willingly. You only had to lie." He returned home and trained others, built networks of scammers across the village. The usual method was caller pretends to be the bank or credit card company, mobile provider. We all know how this works.
Right.
It's usually just like, oh no, you got to get to your account quick.
Yeah, it's like high pressure. There's limited time.
And if you don't, your card's going to be deactivated
Yeah.
or you're going to lose a lot of money. So then they are like, give me some personal information. What's your address? Card details. What they're usually trying to do is get you to look at the email and say, okay, the one-time password's coming your way. What's that password?
Yep.
They usually do that, or they do the fake cashback ones. Where they send a request, tell somebody to hit process. It says that they're going to get money, but actually they're giving money. Then when they say, oh shit, guys, we did it wrong. Can you just hit this button and we'll fix it to reverse it? And then it just happens again.
Oh my God.
Scammers can make thousands per day. Some more in a day than others. Professionals can make in a month. The poor rural villages out of nowhere started having large luxury homes just sprouting up in the middle of them, bright, flashy architecture. They just stood out in the middle of all the other broken down houses. And it also like made its own economy because they paid kids to watch for police. They had informants tracking for raids, lawyers prioritizing to help the scammers, and then police were sometimes bribed and in on the inside of it. So once big money starts coming in, it starts to form its own little ecosystem. A lot of people had tactics of throwing phones in ponds after using them because you could only use them for so much to get so much money. So it's almost just like milking a phone and then throwing it out because it's trackable and you no longer can use it.
Guys, that's just another bad thing for your ecosystem. They're going to have like all their ponds just filled with cells.
They're always very paranoid.
Well, yeah.
They can be tracked. It's just they only can do it for so long. This article is very long, and they talk to a lot of different people who kind of live the life and who think of it not as a weird thing.
Yeah.
But it's actually declining. The scam success rates are dropping because, kind of like other industries, naturally, public awareness is getting better. We all are like, oh, that sounds like a fake.
Yeah.
YouTube videos exposing scams and teaching people. Phones now detect it and have like scam likely that pops up all the time. And because of that, these people are losing their income, guys. Like,
oh, wow. No, I get how like in some struggling countries where it is hard to make a good living and just to support yourself, that's the part that I can relate to and understand and do feel empathy. But then it's hard to feel empathy because then they're also tricking other people and stealing their hard-earned money. And it's not all of the time like these really rich people. It's other people that are actually really struggling too.
And those are obviously the easier victims.
So really, it's not a respectable thing. I get the humanity of it, but then they're also hurting humanity in a major way to get their own needs met. So I just can't stand for it.
Yeah, I hate that about big systems where people don't see the bigger system of it. So instead, we all are just like fighting each other. Like every job you've ever worked with, night shift and day shift always hates each other. Oh, day shift doesn't do this. It's like, well, it's because you guys are like short staffed most of the time, or it's like the system you're in, you're not really set up to succeed. But everybody's too busy fighting with each other on why they can't succeed in that kind of a system that nobody looks at the fact that it's just like, oh yeah, we're not supported. Like,
yeah, look at the big picture.
It's something that I'm realizing more people don't pick up on as much.
Yeah, people just focus on what's in there, which I get it. The world is overwhelming. And so most of the time people just have like tunnel vision only on their own lives.
Right.
And if it's outside of that scope, not my problem. But it's like, guys, it really is. Ultimately, it's everyone's problem.
It sucks the way that wealth is distributed, that, you know, there is like a small 1% that has all the money, and then we're still robbing from each other. It's like there's not even that much in the pot to be taking from in the first place. And you're also hurting people who are struggling and who you can probably humanize and relate to way easier than the people who are going untouched.
Totally.
Well, let's just all go after the big whales together, guys.
Big whales! Here we come.
Yeah.
That is really fascinating. There's, I believe it's on Hulu, so it's probably on Disney and all that, but it's called Trafficked, and I really love the interviewer lady. I cannot remember her name off the top of my head, but she's really good. She has a lot of connections with like underground people, and they trust her, and they'll do interviews with her, and they did a whole episode about scamming like that. They just usually are like wearing masks and ask that their voices get distorted. Yeah. They tell her everything. It's crazy. I would highly recommend watching any of those episodes. Every different underground thing you can think of, she does an episode on. It's really good. Well, that was fascinating. I find scamming, things like that, really fascinating too.
Yeah, and just the way we normalize things and can look past it. If it benefits us, it's okay to be like, well, that's cruel, sure, but I gotta eat.
Yeah.
But if somebody else gotta eat, I don't like that because it's not feeding me.
Totally. It is very selfish, honestly. So today I want to talk about a very special lady. Her name is Dorothy Dietrich. I got a lot of great info about her from her Wikipedia page, but she is an American stage magician and escapologist.
Ologist, not escape artist. Interesting.
Yeah, escapologist.
Do you go to school to get the ology?
I don't think so, but maybe. She was actually born on April Fool's Day, which is just kind of funny for a magician to be like, tricked ya, you know? But she was born April 1st, 1948. And I'm just going to read a little bit about her before I cover a very specific act that she did that's well known. But she developed what is known as a flash act that included doves, a rabbit, a duck, and 2 poodles. Early on, she was considered a leading dove worker. She also developed several routines few women had ever attempted: sawing men in half, escaping from a straitjacket, levitating audience members. It was her goal to level the playing field between men and women in the field of magic and to innovate and break barriers where no women, and in some cases no men, have ever gone.
They're more than just being the ones who open the case or get in the case.
Totally, right?
Yeah, like more than just a pair of legs on the stage next to you.
Exactly. Like she was cutting the men in half, not getting cut in half. Okay.
I think that's very symbolic.
Very symbolic indeed. Women were not allowed full memberships in organizations such as the Society of American Magicians, which she tried to join, and she has pioneered and paved the way for women in the field today. So I just wanted to give kind of a little shout out credit, okay?
I love pioneers. Blaze a trail.
Blaze that magical trail. So one of her most well-known acts that she did was called the bullet catch.
Was it with the teeth?
She did a few of these in the late 1980s. But one of them I wanted to specifically cover because one of them was like at a Trump-related thing back in the day before he was a candidate. But I just was like, no, we're going to focus on this other time she did it. In the late 1980s, she performed for the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation on a show called Autobus du Canada. She was the highest paid magician to ever appear on Canadian TV, which I thought was really cool. She advertised that she was the first and only woman to perform the bullet catching stunt. And also, she advertised a $10,000 reward to anyone who could prove that the bullet did not actually leave the rifle. That was, because people like to claim the bullet didn't leave, like she just had one in her mouth and blah, blah, blah. So she offered a reward, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if that's normal.
It seems like from the movies that I see about magicians, like they almost challenge people to like prove me, like prove I'm wrong.
Yeah,
like not
say
doing
that
magic.
I'm fake. Why
That's
don't
the
ya?
whole part of the trick is like you want to make it so airtight that it's like challenge me.
Yeah, totally.
I thought past your thinking.
Mm-hmm. So just a little brief synopsis on the stunt. She caught a .22 caliber bullet in a metal cup held in her mouth. The bullet was bought by a committee, and an independent marksman fired the gun to ensure it was a real live round. She is recognized as the first and only woman to successfully perform this, often considered the most dangerous stunt in magic.
Damn.
Interesting that that's how it's done. Because they don't just like catch it with their teeth, right? They like have a metal cup in their mouth, which like, good. They should probably have some sort of protection.
I like how they're like, this is magic, but we all know teeth could never take that much power with a metal cup on the other hand. Now we got this. Which, of course, just helps the trick work in whatever way it does.
Totally. I mean, I still would never personally do this at home.
No. As you were reading that, I was kind of thinking about like trust falls. It's like, this is the ultimate kind of trust. Because you said independent marksman. If I was going to do this, I would want to pick my marksman. But if I'm in a situation where people are probably testing me, like they would think I was cheating. So I have to trust some random person's shot.
I know.
At my face? Oof.
No, for sure. I was reading a little bit about it, but I didn't write anything down. They did like a Mythbusters on it to see if it was actually possible. I wonder if they used a metal cup or not, though, or if they just went straight in the mouth. Because it's like, duh, no one can do that.
Was it The Prestige that did it? Did you ever watch that movie with Christian Bale? Great magic movie.
Oh, yeah, I think I did watch that a long time ago.
Pretty sure he did it in that movie, and I thought he had like a metal mouthpiece looking thing too or something.
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
Weird. Apparently Mythbusters was like, I don't think this is possible, but it's like, that's just the magic in it, baby.
The amount of force that a bullet would have to just have your teeth be like, stop it.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to shoot at your head, but we are going to give you these ads.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love with no artificial sweeteners and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
This episode is brought to you by Welch's Fruit Snacks. Big news for your kids' lunchbox. Welch's Fruit Snacks are now made without any artificial dyes. A snack parents can feel good about and the same delicious taste kids can't get enough of. All made with no artificial dyes. Try Welch's Fruit Snacks today.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The Colonel made his $10 Tuesday bucket so full with 8 pieces of juicy, crispy chicken or tenders that it might just last you till Wednesday. If you've got that kind of self-control. I mean, some people want leftovers. Others are more into right nowers. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. $10, 8 pieces, one big deal with KFC $10 Tuesdays.
Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
And welcome back from those ads. I have a story to tell you all. This one I've been holding on to for a little bit, but I wanted to wait because I found this when we were doing something about a vacation that I went on.
Oh.
And I told myself, no, this one's too good. We can't just talk about it. I got to tell it.
Yeah.
So I think we've finally had enough time away from this trip that I wanted to go back again just for a minute.
And, I mean, it's about to be trip season. People are going on vacations in the summertime, you know?
And I got 2026 pockets, so you know I'm staying home this year.
Oh, God.
Our vacation is in our minds today. Without any more to build this one up, I just want to take you on this little late spring trip. So, here we go. No matter where you live or where you go, you're surrounded by history. The world we inhabit is merely a rental, an old house where the previous tenants are quickly forgotten the moment someone new is handed the keys. The present comes at you fast, faster than you can process, and before you know it, you're caught in the routine of your own life, rarely stopping to look back at everything that came before you.
I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Don't ask me about the Constitution.
But history isn't just there to be remembered. It's there to warn us what could happen again, sometimes subtly, sometimes violently, and sometimes it shows up in ways you would never expect. Today, we're taking a trip to Charleston, South Carolina, a city built on celebrating and preserving the past. But as one group of tourists is about to find out, when you go digging through history, what you uncover might not stay buried. The air was heavy, lifeless. Sound barely traveled before giving up entirely. Senses dulled. Pores tightened in self-preservation, as anyone who entered was immediately laminated by the atmosphere. No mortal being was meant to survive under these conditions, but when it's for tourism, people will pack themselves in anyway. The horses, however, love it. Welcome to Palmetto Carriage Works, downtown Charleston's original horse-drawn carriage tour company. Inside this bright red barn, tourists from all over the world stand shoulder to shoulder, waiting for their departure time. Their damp clothes and sweaty skin mixed with the fine layer of horse dust in the air. One by one, they took turns subtly shifting their stance, trying to relocate the growing situation to a more comfortable area. The horses lined the outer walls, either resting or preparing for the next shift. They ate oats from buckets, got brushed by employees, and impressed uneducated Americans by doing completely normal horse things.
These cows really stink, Daddy.
They sure do, wife. Each second inside the red barn stretched into eternity. Some compared themselves to others. Some stared at their phones. Some tested how long they could hold their breath. All of them dissociating from the humid hell in their own way, until the voice of God spoke from above.
Haunted Charleston tour is now departing. Please step to the second gate.
The group loaded onto the four-road carriage, parked just ahead of the gate. At the lead of their vessel were two white horses, obediently waiting for command. In no time, they were in motion. Each row let out a relieved sigh as they emerged from the still barn and into the muggy Charleston air.
Before we get started, I want to give you all a big thank you on behalf of Palmetto Carriage Works and myself. We've been circling the same block since 1971, and thanks to people like you, we still get paid. My name is Van, and I'll be guiding you through this haunted tour of Charleston, one of our country's oldest cities.
Van? I thought you said this was a carriage.
Looks like we've got someone who's ready for a good time. I can already tell who my favorite passenger is.
The ride continued down the brick street. With each building they passed, the tour guide shared dark history and exaggerated accounts strictly for the vibes. Suburban families gasped, young couples held each other tighter, and a true crime fan shook their head, knowing these fun facts were only half true at best.
Whoa, girls!
The guide calmly spoke to the horses, bringing the ride to a stop on a dark stretch of street.
If you look over to my left here, you'll see this creepy-ass church. And behind that gate is a graveyard with dead bodies in it. In the old days, people used to be afraid of being buried alive, so they would tie bells to the dead when they buried them. That way, if the bell rang, they could be saved. That's how they came up with the name Saved by the Bell.
Oh my, I've heard of that.
I've heard of that too.
Are some of those on this tour?
No, but you have heard of them.
The tour continued. Riders were inundated with stories of major illness, mass graves, ghosts, and crying women in white dresses. The tales mixed with the moist Charleston air and the tourists' dehydration, lulling them into a state of fear. From the old city jail to the provost dungeon, the group had run the gauntlet of everything Charleston had to offer. Together, each rider had marinated in their own worst nightmares. From every creaky gate heard in the distance to horse droppings left during the ride, the passengers were in a heightened state of awareness. Any movement, any sound, however subtle, could be the apparition they traveled so far to see. Even the true crime fan paused their internal fact-checking to pee their pants, just a little. With his audience right where he wanted them, the tour guide steered his horses down the last dark street toward his finale at Magnolia Cemetery. But just as the carriage found itself engulfed in the road's shadows, a figure appeared directly in front of them. It was a Tyrannosaurus Rex. The horses reacted first, lifting their front hooves to the sky and wailing. The carriage quickly jerked backward, giving the passengers whiplash at 5 miles per hour.
Oh my God!
The guide screamed, trying to calm the horses while dealing with his own form of fight or flight.
Get away from my horses!
The large animals continued to hesitate, trying to flee while tethered to the wagon. The passengers' heads bounced in either direction, trying to fight the motion and see the cause of this distress. The motion only got worse as the horses' panic reached its peak. With a powerful force, the carriage lurched again, whipping sideways into the street. The guide yelled, only this time, his voice sounded farther away. The passengers braced themselves from within the loaded carriage as it partially covered the driver. Before anyone could help, one of the horses detached from the wagon and also fell to the ground. The tourists' attention scattered in multiple directions. Many worried for the guide's safety. Some cared about the horses, and the more spiritual passengers regretted ever seeking out spirits. But as each person handled this split-second reaction differently, they lost sight of the road ahead. The road that their jackknifed carriage not only had a clear shot of, but was now completely exposed to. Startled gasps emerged from the rows as the first reactions quickly signaled everyone else to look. The early reactors led the charge to a new response, screaming,
Oh my God!
Somebody help us!
The fallen horse stood and ran, still startled from the figure. With no carriage operator and half the horsepower as before, the rest of the tourists accepted their fate and joined in the screams. There, beside the stalled wagon, stood the original predator, a bloodthirsty beast so known for cold-blooded killing that our fear of it was written into our DNA. Each passenger felt its piercing green eyes pass over them, wondering if they were next. The T-Rex stood frozen before the carriage, its mouth permanently agape, more startled by the consequences than its prey was for their lives. The dinosaur's tiny brain tried to process the scene over the sounds of screams, horses, the faint hum of a battery-operated fan strapped to her belt, keeping the costume inflated. Each time her body leaned in a direction to move, it didn't, until the guide crawled out from under the carriage and began limping after his horse.
Come back, Patches!
With one member of the herd now separated from the rest, the dominant predator made its move, turning in the opposite direction and running away. In May 2025, Nicole Wells, 26, of Charleston, South Carolina, was sighted after allegedly spooking 2 carriage horses while wearing a Tyrannosaurus Rex costume in a downtown tourist area. According to police, the incident occurred near Church and Lingard streets when the horses became startled, backed up, and caused the carriage to jackknife before striking a parked car. The carriage was carrying multiple passengers at the time. The driver, Van Sturgeon, was thrown from the carriage and suffered a broken foot along with additional injuries. Witness accounts varied, with some stating the costumed individual growled at the horses, while others said she was simply nearby and did not appear to act intentionally. Police reports noted that a witness had previously told the suspect to leave the area and that she responded incoherently before the incident occurred. After the crash, the individual in the costume fled the scene, later removing the outfit and leaving the area by car. Wells turned herself in to authorities the following day. She was charged with disorderly conduct and violating a Charleston City ordinance prohibiting masked or disguised individuals from concealing their identity in public spaces, outside of specific exceptions such as Halloween. Wells later faced misdemeanor charges related to the incident, but prosecutors ultimately dropped all charges after it was established that she, quote, regularly wears the outfit in public. Although the criminal charges have been dismissed, the carriage company has indicted that civil action may still be pursued. As of now, no civil case outcomes have been made public. Okay, so maybe my ominous intro about paying attention and history repeating itself had more to do with current events than this story. I mean, nobody goes on a haunted carriage tour in Charleston expecting to go prehistoric with their history lesson. But that doesn't mean there isn't something to learn here. Well, maybe not for Nicole Wells. Why is she wearing a T-Rex costume regularly? And in the Charleston heat, no less. When I vacationed there, I went through 3 pairs of panties a day from the sweat alone. An inflatable dinosaur costume sounds like a death sentence. It's important to learn from history, whether that's recognizing the warning signs of something much bigger, or simply thinking twice before putting on a full-body dinosaur costume and terrifying livestock. Because it's better to learn from the past than to become part of the tour. Learn your history. And seriously, why are you wearing a T-Rex costume regularly?
That one is so silly for so many reasons. Now, if I were to direct a reenactment of your story, kind of like the Florida Man show. In my head, I was visualizing, everyone on the tour. And then the first spotting of the T-Rex, I'd have it like a super close-up of the eye or a super close-up of the fucking inflatable mouth or like really close-up. And then by the end, it's like really zoomed out and you can just see it's like a stupid inflatable thing. I'm just picturing it in my mind, but...
I definitely want it to be a slow reveal, yes.
Wow. And the horse really did fall.
The horse really did fall. Yeah, I don't want to make a joke about the horse, but it did fall. Yeah.
I know. But that's just crazy.
Mm-hmm. They said that the horses were just so scared and startled, and yeah, they kind of backed up funny. The dude fell off. They backed over him just a little bit, and eventually one broke loose and ran off. That, I believe, is the exact same carriage company I took when I was there. So most everything I told was kind of... like that one I did where I explained that ghost tour I did.
Yeah.
A lot of that is basically what I experienced, and I was the true crime fact checker person.
Yeah. I love that for you. My first reaction was like, why would you even turn yourself in? Like, you're in this T-Rex costume. Even if they had you on film or footage, would they even be able to identify you? It's not like you left fucking fingerprints. You got an inflatable T-Rex costume. But...
True, yeah.
But, huge but.
Yes.
When you said that they wear this costume all the fucking time.
Yeah, they'll say, I recognize you.
Yeah, you are bound to be caught.
Oh, I never thought of it quite like this. Yeah, I mean, if she really does wear it regularly, she will get questioned soon because she seems to be in this area a lot wearing it regularly. Now, speculate with me. Why does she wear it regularly?
The first thing that's coming to my mind, this is just where my mind goes, there is a Real Housewife of Salt Lake City person who is like one of the stars of the show, and she regularly will go to the airport to pick up her asshole of a rich husband, and she'll wear inflatables like all the time. It's like her fun thing that she does.
I like how you're connecting it because you're like, well, wait, you said Salt Lake City, not...
Yeah, Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm just...
Not South Carolina.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying that could be a motivation. Like, I guess some people just genuinely enjoy wearing these inflatables everywhere. I'm not one of those, so it's hard for me to relate. But that's the only thing I could think of. Maybe that's just their quirky thing that they do.
Yeah, this is the only reason I have in my head, and this is the only one that I think I respect.
Okay,
Unless you're doing it to, like... help kids in a hospital or something.
Right.
I know that like in protests lately, people are wearing the inflatable costumes a lot. This happened in 2025, so protests have been going on. I wouldn't say that T-Rex are ones I see a lot, but I'm not saying that they wouldn't still do that. So maybe they say they do it a lot because they go to a lot of protests. That's the only thing I'm thinking. Or like I said, if you were doing for charity stuff. But I just can't understand why you would wear it regularly outside of a job because it's so damn hot.
I know. Just weather-wise, that is not smart. And also, it's really hard to get through doors and get around people when you're in that. It's very hard to have spatial awareness. Atop of the fact that you're clearly spooking the horses. Like, probably shouldn't be wearing that anymore regularly.
Imagine this is a normal day for you and you're wearing your T-Rex costume. You're just like, going down the street, turn around the corner, you're like, horses. And the horses, T-Rex. You're both scared.
Yeah.
But then in the same way that you accidentally bump into somebody around the corner, you accidentally cause a carriage crash.
Holy shit.
It's like, Nicole got herself in another one of these silly situations, It just feels like kind of a sitcom kind of oops thing.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry the guy broke his foot.
Yeah, that does suck.
My intro was from my own experience. The carriage place, it's in a horse barn. You don't get a lot of breathing when you can go stand outside, but it's hard to hear over the crowd. And I think of it as horse dust, like from hay and stuff.
Yeah, when you said horse dust, I was like, horse dust?
Ugh,
but I get it. Yeah, when you are brushing them or not whacking them, that's the wrong word. But if you pat a horse, it's like hair, dirt,
and hay dust.
It is kind of dusty.
So. You're breathing it in if you're in the little barn with them. Ugh, feels thick.
Yeah.
I remember I was just like, I'll do nasty things for a bottle of water. Like, it was so bad when I was waiting. And when we did get going, it was surprising how not a lot of breeze came, because it was like, yeah, I'm still in thick-ass Charleston air.
Dude, there's nothing like the humidity and, the heaviness of the air in the deep south.
When I'm on vacation, I want to walk a lot. So
Yeah.
But when I'm melting like that, I don't want to walk as much.
I don't blame you.
But the carriage ride was fun. And yeah, it's something I've learned too as a person who is very invested into my entertainment. When I go and do any type of touristy things, the way that they're written and stuff is written in the same way that like we would write an easy podcast episode or something. They don't fact check them that closely, and they write them in a way to be like, yeah, we'll give you the history, but also we want to wake you up and like, here's a fun fact. Do you ever hear the saying Saved by the Bell? So then it feels like, oh, I'm a part of that too.
Right.
I was going through like the pattern in my head. I was like, okay, I could write this. Okay.
That's a good one. First of all, I'm glad kind of that it didn't happen to you, but part of me kind of wishes that it would have happened.
Oh, yeah.
So you would have had the firsthand experience of the crime.
That would have been so cool. If that was my crime, hell, I would have let that be my foot.
You're like, yeah, I'd break a foot for that.
Yeah, but I love having stories where we can do a fun twist that you don't expect, like when the guy turned into a goat or whatever.
Right.
I thought, okay, T-Rex twist. I talked about history.
T-Rex? How the fuck is this going to make sense?
Any excuse to do a weird Twilight Zone twist.
You got me. I loved it. That was a good one. That was a giggler.
This episode is brought to you by Palmolive. Family time isn't just the big moments. It's weeknight dinners, sitting around the table, everyone talking all at once. So when the plates are empty and the sink is full, use Palmolive Ultra. Palmolive's most powerful formula removes up to 99.9% of grease, leaving your dishes sparkling clean. And the new convenient pump makes cleaning even easier, so you can spend less time tackling dishes and more time together. Shop now at palmolive.com.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. You know those friends who support your preference for podcasts over music on road trips? That's the energy State Farm brings to insurance. With over 19,000 local agents, they help you find the coverage that fits your needs, so you can spend less time worrying about insurance and more time enjoying the ride. Download the State Farm app or go online at statefarm.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You tell yourself, no one wants your college-era band tees. But on Depop, people are searching for exactly what you've got. You once paid a small fortune for them at merch stands. Now, a teenager who calls them vintage will offer that same small fortune back. Sell them easily on Depop. Just snap a few photos and we'll take care of the rest. Who knew your questionable music taste would be a money-making machine? Your style can make you cash. Start selling on Depop, where taste recognizes taste.
Okay, well, it is my turn to tell you all a petty crime story. This is a recent and viral crime. It definitely ties into my killer fact as a little hint. Also, obviously, you guys, we do not condone the use of hard drugs, and I don't think addiction's funny by any means, but this is a really silly crime, and that is a part of it, so I figured I might as well put the humor in wherever I can.
Yeah.
I mean, we deal with this a lot. I just like to give little
Yeah, we are definitely
disclaimers.
sympathetic to the human situations that put people in this place.
Yeah, absolutely. But this one, it was so good that I was like, come on, we can overlook this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, guys, let's just jump right in, and here we go. When you think of Harry Houdini, David Blaine, and Chris Angel, what is a characteristic they all share? Yeah, it's true that they all have dead eyes and expressionless resting bitch faces. However, more importantly, they are a few of the most well-known escape artists to perform throughout history. In 1912, Houdini invented the water torture cell, where he shackled his ankles and was suspended upside down in a locked tank filled with water. He somehow managed to hold his breath for over a minute while unlocking his restraints and escaping the underwater hell cell before drowning on stage. In the year 2000, David Blaine decided to encapsulate himself in a giant block of ice for 72 hours in the middle of Times Square in New York City.
I'm freezing here.
Although he only lasted 63 hours, 42 minutes, and 15 seconds due to severe hallucinations and a risk of frostbite, he still escaped successfully, with the help of chainsaws and a month-long hospital stay. It took Criss Angel a few tries and many injuries, but in 2021, he was able to break free of a straitjacket while dangling upside down at a Raiders versus Bears game. Today's story is about a very different type of great escape. It may not have been a planned performance for a live audience, but eventually it would appear on the screens of millions of viewers worldwide. Some have marveled at the agility and strength that it took, while others mock the pettiness of the breakout. There is no escaping this troublesome tale, so hold your breath and cross your fingers in the hope that we can all make it out of this one. 38-year-old Kendra Aney from Muskegon Heights, Michigan, had gone on several job interviews over the years. She focused on the few solid characteristics she possessed when selecting a position to interview for. For example, she was a smooth talker, so she applied to be a used car saleswoman. Kendra had flexible joints, so she tried to join the circus. She was also extremely determined and persistent, so she even considered being a litigator. Unfortunately, at every job interview, her addiction to heroin always threw a wrench in things. If they drug tested her, she was sure to fail.
You tested positive for heroin. Get out of here.
Even if the job didn't drug test, she would accidentally draw attention to her vice.
It says here on your resume under interest that you enjoy heroin on the weekends?
It was just no use. Come the year 2026, Kendra found herself on parole for narcotics, but she didn't let that hold her down. Instead, she got herself a parole puppy named Toto and continued living her life just as she had all those years before. She mainly hung out with her friend Toby, since he had a truck and was down to party. She had met Toby through her drug dealer, One Nut Tony. Toby and Tony were cousins, but they couldn't have been more different. While Tony had one nut and very little self-awareness, Toby had two nuts and zero self-awareness. Regardless, Kendra enjoyed her time with Toby, and on the Sunday afternoon of March 29th, the two met up to go out for a drive. Kendra brought Toto along for the ride as they parked in an empty business parking lot to catch up.
It's a bit nippy outside today, isn't it?
Oh yeah, my nips have been chafing real bad all day.
And vented about their families.
Tony's always on my balls about everything, which is very ironic since he only has the one.
Before eventually, Kendra whipped out the H.
I'm sorry you're going through all that. Want some heroin?
Sure.
But before they could bust out the paraphernalia, a police car drove by the parking lot.
Just act natural.
But Kendra did not act natural. Instead, she exited the truck and began to walk around in a panic before quickly returning to the truck in even more of a panic.
Ugh! I don't know why I just did that. Do you think the cops saw me?
I'm not quite sure, but as soon as you started pacing and then returned to the truck, the cops made a U-turn and are now parked right in front of us.
What?
Kendra was startled beyond belief that a cop had indeed seen her and was now approaching their vehicle with suspicion in his eyes.
Good afternoon. Did you realize the two of you are parked on private property?
The cop questioned with a stern look on his face.
Well, I saw the no trespassing signs, but I figured that was just for out-of-towners. I'm gonna need some identification from the both of you.
He then spoke quietly into his walkie-talkie.
I'm gonna need some backup out here.
Toby provided his driver's license to the officer, but Kendra wanted to avoid her real identity at all costs. She was on parole after all, and may or may not have had a warrant for an outstanding parole violation on her record.
I don't have my ID on me,
Kendra blurted out loud. She held Toto up to her chest for comfort, but the officer was having none of it.
What is your name?
The cop had asked a simple enough question, but Kendra was unprepared.
Taylor?
The cop eyed Kendra with skepticism, just as a few additional backup cop cruisers pulled into the empty parking lot. One of the extra officers exited his vehicle, holding a fingerprint scanner in his hands.
Okay, Taylor. Let's see if that's your real name.
The officer smirked as he grabbed the fingerprint scanner from his colleague. He took Toto from her hands and pressed Kendra's fingers onto the screen of the machine until it beeped ominously.
Well. Nice to officially meet you, Kendra Aney. Looks like you've been up to no good as of late. There's a warrant for an outstanding parole violation with your real name on it. Put your hands behind your back.
Kendra reluctantly obliged as the officer put her in handcuffs and walked her to the back of his cruiser. She looked around frantically for an escape route as the officer guided her into the back seat. As he shut the door, Kendra tried to push back to leave it cracked open.
I'm gonna need your cooperation here.
I am cooperating. It's just so hot back here. Can you at least crack the window for me?
Kendra pleaded to the officer, tears welling in her eyes and beads of sweat collecting on her forehead. The cop firmly shut her door, walked to the driver's side, and reluctantly cracked open the back window.
Thank you, officer.
Don't thank me just yet. We're going to search the truck you were in. Hang tight, we'll be off to the station in no time.
The cop walked back over to Toby's truck, where the other officers were distracted by discovering illegal substances and paraphernalia.
Hey, look! Drugs!
Kendra eyeballed the ajar backseat window. It was only opened a little less than halfway, but she was in no position to complain. This was her one and only way out, but she had to act quickly. She peeked her head out of the window and looked back and forth to make sure the coast was clear. Her hands were still cuffed behind her back, so she wiggled and shimmied her upper body through the small opening. With her knockers finally free, she struggled to push the rest of her body out. Kicking her legs and using her core to balance, she kept going, until finally there was movement. Kendra's hair covered her face and blew erratically in the wind, yet she was able to eventually squeeze one of her legs out of the cracked window. For a moment, she was suspended on the side of the police vehicle, with one leg still stuck inside. With one last grunt, Kendra used all her strength to free her final limb. Without a second glance or thought, Kendra sprinted off into a nearby neighborhood, both arms still secured behind her back. Moments later, the cops had finished the search of the suspicious truck, and the first responding officer walked back towards his cruiser. As he approached his vehicle and looked in the empty back seat, his heart fell into his butthole. Scanning the premises, there was no Kendra in sight. However, there was a male bystander parked in a neighboring lot, filming the entire escape. The cop glared in the man's direction as he yelled,
"Are you fucking kidding me? You couldn't have given me a heads up?"
On Sunday, March 29th of 2026, around 3:30 p.m., an officer spotted suspicious activity inside a truck parked in a private and empty parking lot in Muskegon Heights, Michigan. Approaching the scene, he was able to properly identify the driver, who remained unnamed in all news articles. But when the officer asked the passenger for her name, she claimed not to have any IDs on her and that her name was Taylor. Once backup arrived, the additional officers brought a fingerprint scanner that allowed them to correctly identify the woman as 38-year-old Kendra Aney. Seeing that she currently had a warrant for an outstanding parole violation, she was cuffed and put in the back seat of a cop cruiser. However, Kendra wasn't going without a final fight. She complained about the heat in the back seat and begged the officer to crack the window for her, and the cop obliged. As the officer and his backup appeared on the scene, they searched the truck, discovering a black bag of Kendra's filled with a pipe, needles, a spoon, and lighters. Additionally, they found a crack pipe underneath the driver's seat. While the search was underway, Kendra was able to shimmy, wiggle, and force herself out of the cruiser's window that was lowered a little less than a halfway down. She did so, all with her hands still cuffed behind her back, multiple officers nearby, and an unrelated bystander recording the entire bizarre escape on his cell phone. In a statement to News 8, Muskegon Heights Police Chief Maurice Sane was quoted on the event, stating,
"After Kendra Aney was detained and placed in the patrol car, she complained of the heat in the vehicle. Officers accommodated her by letting down the window, but didn't realize how far it was down. Aney was able to escape through the window while officers searched the vehicle she was in. Officers' action was with good intent, but was taken advantage of by Aney, who already had a valid parole absconder warrant. She had given false identification and tried to evade arrest." Days later, Kendra was found by officers around 9 a.m. on Tuesday, March 31st, in an abandoned residence in Muskegon Heights. When she was found, Kendra still had the original handcuffs on her wrists, only they had been broken apart and turned into unattractive bracelets. She asked if she could tinkle and if the cops could remove her cuff so that she could put her pants on, but by this time, the officers had learned their lesson. After they placed Kendra in the back seat of another police cruiser, you can hear the officers joke with each other on camera, with one of them asking,
"You want to crack the window a little for her so she can breathe?"
Kendra Aney was charged with misdemeanor escape, felony vandalism, and home invasion. It is too soon for punishments to be listed online. Well, there you have it. Another unbelievable and modern escape act for us all to marvel at for years to come. It may not have been planned perfectly or performed to appease an audience, but the breakout was a success that entertained the masses. If you're feeling cagey or constrained in your life, I encourage you to break free to unlock your full potential. Just make sure that your great escape doesn't always get you detained with no easy way out.
Misdemeanor escape. That's cool.
There's a whole video, like I said, there's a random man videoing the entire thing. It's honestly comical.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he's using his zoom lens, so maybe he wasn't as close as it appears he is in the video. But he's basically just recording her breaking out of the cruiser while all the officers are distracted by the truck. And it's honestly very fucking funny.
I mean, I don't blame him.
And he's just saying, like, this is live right now. Like, his own mind is blown, you can tell.
Yeah. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck? And then the officer does get a little annoyed with him, like, what the fuck? You didn't give me a heads up? Like, you're just sitting there recording it? And it's like, not my job, bust.
Yeah, did it for the gram.
Yeah, did it for the freaking gram. And the clip that has gone viral is obviously the escape clip that he took. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, good for him for capturing it.
Now we have it, you know? He did that for us. All of us.
It was just funny watching her escape and then breaking it down. I had to include her finally getting her knockers through, because for me, that would be a huge struggle for me to break out of the back.
Yeah, I mean, just coming out of a not all the way open window seems difficult in general.
No, totally. I could probably barely get through a fully open car window with grace, let alone. And I tried to explain it good. Halfway rolled down, right? It was like a little less than that.
Yeah,
and she
that's crazy.
Still managed to do that.
With your arms behind your back.
With her arms fully behind her back. And I've watched the video that the man took, and then I watched a clip of a video of inside the cruiser that shows them in the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
And she had to like really use her core and her legs to like kick off the seat and give herself momentum. And there's like a moment where she's kind of teetering, you know, and then like finally one leg gets out. I mean, it just seems like a cartoon.
So I was expecting you to give me like a sound effect cue of saying like she fell onto the ground. Did she land out on her feet?
Landed on her feet, ran off with not a second glance back.
Just like a little incarcerated gazelle.
And can you believe that when they found her days later, she had somehow broken the chain or something in between, but she still had them on her wrist?
I almost expected her to still have them on just together.
No, seriously.
I mean, I see why you say, like, not only just the escape artist part, but she even was charged with misdemeanor escape. I wonder, like, if you can get misdemeanor escape without getting any other charges. Because, like, you would have to be under some sort of arrest first, right? Like, can I go out and get misdemeanor escape without being under arrest?
That's a good question. Really, the other charges that she got was because she fled and then broke into like someone else's house and then an abandoned house. I didn't include like all the different houses she made her stops by, but they found her in an abandoned house. And so she got home invasion or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, she was trying to play the same game again by saying, I have to tinkle.
Literally used the word tinkle, which is like my favorite thing to say. She's like, come on, let me tinkle. And then she was like, come on, just take the cuffs off. I need to put pants on because she had shorts on. And they were like, no. And they just helped her put on her sweatpants. They're like, bitch, no.
It reminds me of those Marvel movies or something when they're trying to like catch a character or something. And they always have like oh, well, I just need this one thing, this one perk. And the perk is always just a little thing that they can weasel out with.
Yeah. And the reason why I wrote it like she was job interviewing, I was trying to find a good way to explain her characteristics that I think she has, because I think she's a smooth talker. I think she's a little manipulative.
Yeah.
And even in getting the officer to even crack the window, like you had to be kind of a smooth talker.
For
and
sure.
then I also wanted to show, I made the joke about how she had flexible joints because you have to be really like, she has to be double jointed.
And core strength.
Or she has to have something to be able to squeeze out of that and contort herself out of that.
Or just all survival instinct.
Or that. Or maybe it's just the heroin shooting through her veins. I really don't know.
Could
but be. I wanted to find a way to like explain that she had all these characteristics while also saying that her heroin always like got in her way.
Almost like the most innocent way you can.
Yeah, totally.
Doing it as a job, yeah.
I was like, how can I do this lightheartedly? Like, you know?
Yeah, because it's like the thing that makes her funny isn't the fact that she is on heroin. It's just that she made the great escape.
Yes, the great escape is the humorous part for sure. And yeah, you guys, the video.
I'll have to watch that, yeah.
It's honestly beautiful. It's chef's kiss, but... That was a new... Have we ever done an escape charge before? Maybe, but...
I think we've done ones where they have gotten out of the cop car, but never was that like the whole premise of what made them interesting.
Right.
And especially just an escape charge is really cool.
I know. That's why I was really feeling the escape artist vibe.
Yeah.
Today, and just decided to make it all about that, honestly. And also, like... You and I, we were raised during the era of like these weird live televised magician events.
Mm-hmm.
I remember David Blaine when he was quote unquote buried alive, but he was just like in a see-through plexiglass. It was trying to be like a coffin, but it was like a plexiglass little case.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in there. And then instead of actually burying him, they like put these heavy weighted water vessels on top of him. And then he just like stayed in there for days with like a live cam streaming. And I'm like, this is so fucking boring. Like that was one of them where I was like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's like the simulation may be similar, but it's not cool and it's not real.
I was like, this is the dumbest one I've ever seen.
And Mind Freak, I remember watching...
Mind Freak with Chris Angel.
They always had those annoying-ass montages where it would always go, Mind Freak! And
yeah.
then it would show him walking down the street and he would just stop and go, and just levitate, and then he would go back down and be like, back on about my business. And he'd just keep walking.
Freaking side-swept bangs across his face. I saw Chris Angel in Vegas, actually, at one of his shows, and I was with Jordan and his sister and my parents. He came around and, like, touched our hands. Like, he came over and gave us a high five. And then, like, later on during the show, he put a spotlight out in the audience, and his parents were sitting right next to us, and he, like, shouted his parents out.
Whoa.
It was kind of random, but...
What if they never missed a show? During his whole residency.
That would be a lot, I'm sure. Yeah, he is so corny. Like, I enjoyed the show, but I just think all of those guys are so fucking corny.
Yeah, I agree. He sells a certain type of, I don't know, like badassness that I don't find to be badass.
No, totally. What the hell is our connection today?
So I was just thinking history because you went back in time talking about Houdini and the history of escaping.
That's true.
I mean, you didn't necessarily talk about history, like explicitly use the word, but I mean, you took us a look back and you definitely gave a history lesson.
That's true. You also briefly mentioned timing to see how long someone could hold their breath.
Oh, because the horse barn stunk.
Yeah, which like clearly was not the main part of it, but I clocked that in my mind. I was like, ooh, I'm about to do a lot of that. Like, let's see how long I can break out of this underwater and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, a lot of history. Yours was a tour. Yours was an accident.
Yeah,
mine was a breakout. That might be the only thing well, No, because your girl ended up turning herself in. Mine had to be found days later. There's really not a lot of...
Both stories did end with our people running away and getting away at the end of the story. I mean, of course, in the recap, they didn't, but...
That's true. I guess it did take a few days for your girl to turn herself in.
Each story ends with them like running off into the distance.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean...
Yours in a dino suit, mine with handcuffs on.
Yeah. So I guess like fleeing the scene.
Fleeing the scene is for sure a commonality. There we go. Fleeing the motherfucking scene.
History and fleeing the scene.
Oh, love that for us. Wow, that was a crazy ride, everyone.
Before you close us out, I did want to give a shout out to Krista G, a listener of ours. They are a patron. I've talked about them in a story, but they made me a lovely, I'm going to say this wrong. I know they've said it in the card. What is it? It's not a tapestry. It's like a...
Oh, not a canvas. It's like a thin cloth.
Yeah, it's like a knitted cloth, and it is a picture of Mabel. I've got it hanging behind me right now. I'm going to try to get it in something that stretches it better and hangs it.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh, a tapestry.
Is
that
it a
what
tapestry?
It's called? Tapestry?
Okay, I was wondering if that was it.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you, and you deserve the shout out. I've had this for a bit and didn't do it. Life's been crazy, but I appreciate it, and
it's so
I love
cute.
it. I've needed something
so cute.
Something that I can kind of put over my soundproof here that's not like heavily weighted since it's homemade. So
right.
I appreciate having this light tapestry.
And I love that the colors are gray and black because that is literally the theme of your studio here. So
yeah, it works perfectly.
It honestly goes with the vibes so well. Yeah, shout out. We love hearing from our listeners and just all the sweet things that will randomly get sent, whether it be snacks from Canada or gifts because of Mabel. I mean, even back when my baby was born, I had people reaching out to send baby stuff. Like, we love you guys. We appreciate it.
And even kind words are good.
Kind words are good. Reviews are good. We'll take them all.
We don't have very many.
Yeah, come on. Review us already.
We've got like 200.
But I just hope you're having the best week. And remember, no matter the crime, big or small, in the end, we are all doomed.
Doomed to see a dino.
Bye. Are you like me and often forget to renew your tags? If so, come on over to Patreon and join the fun. We have ad-free episodes, bonus content. Come on over.
No escape artist can escape us. So why don't you give in and turn yourself into a friend on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or Threads? Find us at Live Laugh Larceny.
And have you ever tried to catch a bullet in your teeth? If so, send us your petty crime story to livelaughlarceny@gmail.com.
And give our show the same rating Jamtara would give scamming as a career path. Give us 5 stars wherever you rate podcasts, Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods. Tony is always on my balls about everything, which is very iconic since he only has...
It's
God damn it.
ironic, not iconic.
It's very iconic.
It is iconic.
I'm going to start that over.
Okay.
This Mother's Day, celebrate the woman who's been there through it all with Pandora Jewelry. Choose jewelry that reflects the love you share and the moments that matter most. Make it even more meaningful with engraving, a name, a date, or a message just for her. Because the best Mother's Day gift says more than I love you. It says, I see you. Find the perfect Mother's Day gift at your local Pandora store or tap the banner.
Putting off replacing your window treatments because you think it's complicated? At Blinds.com, we've spent 30 years proving it doesn't have to be. And today is your last chance to save big on Spring Black Friday deals. Whether you want to DIY it or have a pro to handle everything from measure to install, we've got you. Free samples, real design experts, and zero pressure. Just help when you need it. Shop up to 45% off with minimum purchase, plus get a free professional measure during the Blinds.com Spring Black Friday Last Chance Sale. Rules and restrictions apply.
Looking for the best place to shop this Mother's Day? Go with the brand that makes it easy to send something thoughtful to everyone on your list. 1-800-Flowers.com. Right now at 1-800-Flowers, order 1 dozen roses and get another dozen free. More flowers mean more smiles, all backed by the quality, attention to detail, and trusted delivery experience that make 1-800-Flowers my top choice to send something beautiful Mom will love. Make Mom's Day at 1-800-Flowers.com/Spotify. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/Spotify.